No. Good.
Bye.
Bye.
This is Vicky, also known as DragonflySoars.
This is Tiffany, also known as Mojave Dinner.
It is about 1 o'clock on Sunday, September 6th. I can't believe it's September. It keeps throwing me off.
Yeah. I think it's throwing a lot of people off.
Yeah. It's a Labor Day weekend, so she's here. And if we look weird or anything, we have no idea what we look like because my son set up this weird sort of contraption to get the video.
Includes a bottle of Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I might, like, after we're done, take a picture of that just and hopefully you can hear us because it's actually a distance away in order to get us both in the shot. So, I do not have a lot of stuff with me because
I have a few things.
Yeah, so I finished my Sophie. And actually that's big because this is so big and we had 3 people and 2 cats coming in one car. I didn't bring like my other Afghan squares because I would have had to bring multiple yarn to go with it. So, but I finished Sophie. And at the end of this, I'll put pictures.
That's the back side. Oh, wait, no, you're right.
Yeah, I'm showing them the front side.
Yeah, no, it's fine. For some reason, I thought it was reversed. Never mind.
So, that was the final edge. It's big.
Very big.
But I have a picture of the finished one, and then there's a picture of her trying to hold it up. I'll stick it at the end. Although, if you've been on Ravelry, you've probably seen it.
Yes.
But I finished that, so I'm on the mystery Afghan. I am 2 squares behind because there was one that came out Wednesday that I didn't do. I did do one more square than what I showed last time because last time I only had 1 Monday square done and I've been doing 2 of everything, so I do have 1 more square that I can put a picture at the end. And then I didn't do the Wednesday or the Friday square because I was finishing this and then I didn't bring the stuff. So
yeah. And you decided to.
Yes. Crow Julie reminded me that really it is Click for Babies time, which is when you make purple hats. So, they're given away at hospitals to explain to parents what they call the purple phase of crying. And right now I do not remember what purple stands for, but essentially it's to help prevent shaken baby syndrome, to just explain that there is kind of a phase babies go through where they just cry. They just are, and yes, we understand it's irritating, it's frustrating as parents, you're trying to get some sleep, but at the same time to just understand this is normal, you're not doing anything wrong. And so they give the parents a purple hat and a pamphlet that explains that. So Crow Julie reminded me about it because in the past few years, Katie of Knitting on the Fly was doing it, but Katie is herself pregnant right now, and so she may or may not be collecting. But
Crow Julie started a thread in your group, and she's gonna kind of run a contest and everything.
Yep, she's kind of running with it. So I said, she asked me about it, and I said, yes, I will talk about it. We will talk about it, and then she can run with it. So
yeah, so I guess if there are any questions, you probably could contact her. Yeah, Crow Julie.
Contact on the thread. Just
yeah,
that's what it's for.
Yeah. So of course there's a thread. So because I think somebody already asked if they could donate to their local hospital, and Crow Julie's like, that's fine. She just
or their local drop-off point. It's not just any hospital. It has to be one that does the purple.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they won't know what to do with it. Because
the local drop-off point. So Crow Julie is like, she just posts pictures, but
drop off where whether you send them to Katie, or you drop it off local. She just wants more people she wants this not to be forgotten about.
Yeah.
So, and I hadn't even really, normally they donate like at the end of October, so she wanted to start it now.
Yeah. So, and this is a cause that Crow Julie is really passionate about, which is cool. That's awesome.
She's the one that usually does like 100 hats.
Yes. So we just want to make sure that we're supporting her and her supporting of this cause.
Yeah. So this one, I have 3 of these. They're exactly identical. This is called the Basic Beanie. I do not remember what.
I totally forgot to have Mom get me purple yarn to do this because I'm actually used up all my scraps of purple yarn.
And everything I've got is Caron Simply Soft. So I made all these hats, and I still have some more of this color. And these two actually use way more than these. But the basic beanie, I'll link it in the show notes. It's actually super easy. You start off with 10, and then you do evenly spaced increases for a point, and then you just do some more. And that one's the fastest. Those I can whip out in like half an hour, 40 minutes.
I was say, you started doing these like yesterday?
Day before.
Day before, okay.
Because it was Friday night I finished this, and you helped me take a picture.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were doing couch-up thingies. This one has some really weird name. It's the Abraco or something. And I wasn't thinking this is... Well, she didn't really have exact sizes on it. It was like, well, if you use yarn, just like increase it or whatever. Well, when I increased it, I increased to the same point. It's the same, basically the same number of stitches as on here. I would thought it was 48 on here, 45 on here. Except for that extra 3 stitches actually made it much bigger. So this is actually more like a 3 to 6 month size, and they really should be newborn size, but I was not redoing it after that. So it's going anyway, and hopefully there'll be some kid with a big head. Although I told Eric I feel really sorry for the mom. And this one I found because I was looking for something that was stretchy, and you actually crochet a rectangle and then you seam the ends together, and then you just thread through the top and pull it tight. And it actually is really stretchy. This one took forever to make. I'm not making it again. Because the whole point is to do quantity, not... If I was doing it for, like, a friend, totally cute baby hat. But for trying to, like, collect, way too long to take. And it used a lot more yarn than these do.
Yeah.
So I have 5 done so far. So, and I've got some other... Mom got me 4 shades of purple yarn. And when I'm done with my yarn, I'm done with my...
Yes.
So... And that is all I have. I worked a tiny bit on my twitchy socks, but basically all I did was finish the toe. But the kids want to go to a movie today, so I'll probably get some more on it.
So, let's see. I have socks. I finished one sock on the way down here. This is the 3-legged race that was written by Megan Williams, also known as Just Run It. She's
from Stocking It Zombies, right?
Yes. This was a pattern that she basically wrote up for the zombie retreat. So we all got, if we went to the retreat, we got a coupon code for this pattern. But it is for sale on Ravelry. It was pretty much on sale soon as the retreat started. But it has this kind of a crossed... you're not going to see it.
We'll take pictures.
Yeah. I have one picture, but it was taken in the airport. And it's all bunched up because it really needs to be on a foot or a sock blocker to really see the prettiness.
Probably even a foot, because a sock blocker is going to divide it the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's going to divide right there.
And it actually is cool because it actually has this nice little thing on the back of the leg, too. So, and the yarn is the Leading Man Fiber Arts, and it was the yarn I got in my goodie bag. And it's Don't Ya Know. So, there's that, and I did start on the second sock.
Yeah, it's a neat pattern.
Yes. And it's her Spacious OMG heel.
I've never tried her OMG heel.
It's like, for the Spacious one, it's pretty much like when you do a toe up heel flap. But here, instead of doing the gusset increases as you knit up the foot, you do it in a few rows right here.
Okay.
But then everything else, for the Spacious one, everything else is your... But yeah.
Yeah, I never did a regular OMG heel.
Yeah. I've done both.
I've mostly now, most of the socks I knit tend to be twitchy socks, which are purposely tubes. Because they're just so I can just keep going.
So those are those. I think it's a really nice combination of yarn and pattern. Very happy with it. And then decided to finally cast this on.
You're right in the middle of a row.
Yeah, I am. This is the bigger on the inside shawl. That's free on Knitty. It's the Doctor Who themed shawl. That's this side. Not that you're going to tell from that distance if I showed you the right side or not.
Actually, even from this distance, it's hard to say the right side or wrong side.
Yeah, because it's, you know. Like,
it's not blocked yet, so it just kind of looks the
like,
same.
But I got the top portion done, and now I'm just starting the TARDIS section.
So there would be a whole row of TARDISes.
And I've decided, because various people have done different things with this particular shawl, and a lot of people, instead of doing the standard edging that's just a ribbing on the edge, some people have done applied lace edging instead, and I like the look of that better. So.
Well, and the other thing you said is that some people trade the nubs for the beads for the light at the top of the TARDIS.
Yes.
So she did that.
And some people do put beads where the windows are, but I'm just going to stick with just the yarn over open window thing when I do it. So there's that. And that's 3 Irish Girls. And actually, it's a pretty rough yarn for just being your standard. It feels more like, opal.
Yeah, it'll probably soften up a lot.
Oh, I'm sure it'll soften up when it's washed. It's just interesting.
It might be just because the saturation of the dye, too.
Oh, yeah, because it is a pretty intense blue. This is, got it because I did a store model for the mom/Paul, and this was my payment, was this yarn.
Yep.
And then that was the blue Mom picked out for this shawl.
Yep, and then Mom's been asking when she was going to do it.
Yes. And then
I haven't done a shawl for a while, but I signed up for the next Unique Sheep one. They're doing one. It doesn't start until January, and it's based on Wrinkle in Time, which was one of my favorite books when I was a kid. And they had this cool thing. I didn't even have to think that hard about my colors, because usually that's kind of the thing that throws me off when I'm going to pick something for Unique Sheep, and then and then I end up not doing it. I told you I think it's been over 2 years since the last one, but they had all these different versions of the Wrinkle in Time cover, and then they matched colorways to the cover, and so I was like, that was my cover, and so that was the colorway I picked.
Well, that works. I was going to say, I also decided to do another shawl because Josh Reich's Sort of a Knitter is doing his shawl timber, so I'm just doing it. I might as well.
I like him.
Yes, I do too.
Well, you've met him. I've never met him. I just watched the podcast.
I sort of
He just seems like a very nice guy.
I sort of met him because I didn't watch the podcast when I went to the retreat, so I saw him, and I saw him when he did the designer showcase. But there was a lot of people in the designer showcase, but I didn't really meet him. So, and then
that's really cool.
Yes, this is out of the book which I left downstairs. That you gave me for my birthday. It was all the color work mittens.
Yeah, it was a cooperative press, Aurora Borealis.
Yes. So
mitten book.
Yeah, there's one hat pattern, but it's all there's one from mitten pattern, but the rest are color work.
Yeah, and what I did is I bought when they were first starting it, I almost think it was a Kickstarter, but I'm not positive anymore. But I did the physical book and download, so I took the download and they gave you the physical.
Yeah. So I don't even remember which pattern I picked. I didn't even think to.
We'll link it.
Yes, I'm like, I forgot to look that up. But I haven't worked on it for a while because there's other things I wanted to get done, and it just got set aside, and color work does take some
concentration.
Yes. So, but this yarn, this is Daisy Knits, which I got at the retreat, which it'll probably end up, the first mitten will pretty much just be green.
That's interesting, because just the way it looks like there's creatures here, like this is grass, and these are creatures, and it's going into the night sky.
But I
don't know if it's supposed to be doing that, but that's what it read like to me.
Oh, I didn't even look at it that way. But okay, sure. But the first mitten will definitely probably just stay mostly in the green, and the second will probably be mostly in the cream, just because it's not going to use that much. So I'll probably still have more of the sock blank left over, but
yeah,
that's okay. And then the color.
Well, and actually, hopefully, because if you get to the dark, it's going to not contrast as well. It might.
Yeah. And then this is just nitpicks that I happen to have in stash that I decided looked really good with it.
Yeah.
So, I like color work, and I'm liking how it's turning out. I should have knitted the bigger size, but it will go over my hands, but it won't really fit anybody else because I have narrow hands. But
you just keep them for you.
Yeah, well, they were going to be for me anyway.
So,
yeah.
Good enough.
Yeah. It's just, color work, you have to, it pulls in tighter, so you have to be wary of that. But it's a good way, because socks, that can be an issue, but...
Oh my god, I still have that one pair of socks I made. They don't fit anybody because you can't pull them over anybody's heel. Like, if they were on, they would be okay, but you can't get them up over the heel.
Yeah, because they don't give.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah, so, but, this mittens, it's a good way to kind of figure out how your gauge and everything works, so.
Yeah. So they're just on sock blockers as decoration because they were pretty. I worked really hard on them, but they don't fit anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and then I brought this with me just in case I finished those socks, which I don't think I will, but, because I ended up working mostly on a Dr. Who shawl. I haven't worked on my socks that much.
But you worked on your socks a lot when you were traveling with the plane and everything, so.
Yeah, and this is just fishnets, crazy pants.
It's very bright.
Yes.
It'll actually be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Do you have a pattern for that?
I thought I might have picked something out. It's probably one of the ones that Penny Winnie did, Knit One Heart 2, she did recently. Not the ones that she has right now. I think there was the ones before. I don't remember what pattern it is, I think.
And I haven't watched her in so long.
Yeah, I think that was I might do that pattern with this. I haven't decided.
It's just, you very rarely do plain socks, so I figured you were doing something.
Or this might just be too crazy that I may not. It may even be something simpler. And I just have this because I'll probably make these taller, so for heels and toes, and I found I have leftovers that are just this crazy braid. Because this is going to be crazy braid socks, so you might as well,
Well, even, depending on how wide the stripes are, there's been those people that will, right when you change color, do the slip-on knit one, so that it gets just that little zigzag at the...
Oh, yeah.
Where it's not, totally crazy, but it's just a little bit of something.
Yeah, so I don't remember what I was thinking, but that was just in case I finished these, but I don't think I will, so... But, yeah.
But we have a question that's been waiting for us.
Yes.
I haven't been doing I haven't been doing the what do you want me to share that on a regular basis because there hasn't been a whole lot of new questions. And poor Heather's been trying to fill them in, but we have one that's been lingering from Apple 380 that she posted in January.
Wow.
She said, but she knew that she was waiting for a sister episode, so. I would like to hear about the similarities and differences of what you and your sister enjoy knitting on a podcast when you are both together. Do you knit for each other, and what are your favorite items that the other has knit? Are there techniques that one of you enjoys but the other dislikes, etc.? And I was thinking, I tend to do a lot more of this kind of crochet, but that's been kind of recent.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you tend to always do pattern socks where my socks are my totally mindless in the dark knitting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm I don't think there's anything that one of us really likes that the other one doesn't. We shift what we're working on.
Yeah, I think you don't like knitting hats as much.
It's not that I don't like knitting hats. Amount of people to knit hats for, I don't like wearing hats, so...
And I wear them all
whereas,
the time.
when I'm doing these, I'll be fine, whip them out. I did them for Halo of Hope periodically, but I just...
Yeah, that's true, yeah. You don't wear them, and I do wear them, so...
I hardly ever wear hats, and it's kiddo has a hat, best friend has 2 hats.
Yeah, so you don't need to.
Yeah. Yeah, you do a lot more hats than I do. But we trade off on socks. We both do shawls, but I haven't been doing any, but that's just because of where my mind's at.
Yeah, and I will say you like knitting the shawls, but you don't wear them as much as I do.
No, mine go on display basically.
Yeah.
Or some of the thicker ones that are more utilitarian, I will actually wear. I would actually wear around me in the winter at home.
Yeah.
Because they were warm.
Yeah, they're more of your. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't usually wear my shawls much, and especially because a lot of times when I'm doing them, they're big, round, pretty, even star shawl. I have
Well,
no reason to wear that.
And to be honest, because at one point I do want to knit something like that, I wouldn't really wear it either. So,
Yeah.
because those are not exactly everyday wearing shawls.
Yeah. Well, I have to be careful because if I wear some things too much around my neck, I end up looking very squished. so I'll wear them. Sometimes I'll wear them like in place of a scarf if we're going someplace. But you know, I mean, a lot of times in the winter it's like garage to garage, so I don't necessarily bundle up, which is another reason I don't really wear a lot of hats. I don't like the hat hair, and so unless I know I'm going to like be outside because we're shoveling or something like that, I just don't really wear hats. So I don't make a lot. I actually have a bunch of hat patterns. People's like, oh, that's cute. I don't wear it.
We have knitted for each other, not often, but
Yeah.
we have knitted.
Yeah, like I mean, for your birthday, I crocheted you that scarf, and I've done.
You've crocheted other scarves and stuff for me.
And you made socks for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not often, but sometimes.
Randomly.
Yeah. Yeah, just because we saw something and we felt like it.
Yeah.
Or more often, like, I'll be like, that looks like a really cute tiff pattern. Ravelry gift. Saw this and thought of you.
Yeah. That's usually how it works. I'm not making them make it for you. You can make it yourself.
I'm not making you a sweater. Well, especially a sweater, because, like, if it doesn't fit, it's going to be one of those things that's, like, you know, and it would be hard to surprise you with a sweater. Gee, can I somehow get your, well, how about the size is your bust measurement? Oh, just curious.
Socks and shawls are easier to get,
Yeah.
or scarves or whatever, are easier to deal with.
Especially if you have, like, a little bit stretchy type something where it's fine.
Yeah.
So, I don't think there's anything, I mean, I spin and you don't.
Yeah.
But most things we just kind of, like, I started crocheting, then you started crocheting more.
Yeah, but I don't, my crocheting, it's more just to make sure I can do the basic stuff. I don't know if I'll ever get to that Sophie level. I mean, although I really do like the Sophie.
Yeah. I really like how this came out.
Yeah. And
really, it has so many photo tutorials and video tutorials that it's fine. One of the things that has come up is the new Mystery Afghan. Most of those, because they're all different designers, don't have videos or photo tutorials, or they have like some, but you're like trying to, each designer of course has their own style. And there's been some things where people are like, well, I can't do it because it doesn't have video. I don't know how to read this. And there's been some stuff about, it would be a good idea if you also learned how to read a pattern and didn't just know how to do the stitches when you see them on a video. Some people were a little irritated by that, but the one woman that was coordinating it actually like wrote a blog post about how it would be a really good idea to learn how to read a pattern, because then it opens so many more doors, even if it's not your favorite thing.
Well, it's kind of like with people, you know, not liking charts for knitting. That's okay, but it's still a good idea to kind of know how to do it.
Yeah. Even if it's just so you can read it and then translate it into words if that's what you so desire. But like Mom's Dolls, all of them are worded patterns. There's no videos or photo tutorials. I mean, periodically she'll actually like send me a section and go, what do you think she means? Not often, but every now and then there's one that will even stump Mom. And it will be like, okay, we'll like try and like go through back and forth and oh, okay, that's the only thing that makes sense, but
yeah,
all of those are all word.
Yeah, and that's how a lot of the crochet patterns always used to be. I mean, there were no photo or video tutorials.
Yeah, no, I do have to say I like crochet charts because for me they help me visualize. Oh, that's where they're talking about putting the stitch. If I'm really, but not everybody does crochet charts either.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So, but like this pattern, totally simple. I will link these, but this one is super fast and super simple. But yeah, so not any major differences. It's for me, it's more my mood, you know.
Yeah, and that's kind of how it is for me you know, and it really is dictated by what's going on in one's life, too. Yeah. So.
Yeah, because sometimes if I have a lot of stuff, it's like right now, it's like, I'm kind of happy. I'm, like, excited about the idea of doing a shawl, but also knowing it's not starting yet, because if it's starting now, I'd be like, no. Oh, but there is something I want to start this week. Mikey of their Crochet Crowd is doing a mystery amigurumi, where you don't have any idea what it is. You're just supposed to get a skein of either like a red heart or not a Simply Soft, or just a red heart or a Bernat Super Saver or whatever. You're just told, get a ball of acrylic, and it's like 4 weeks long. And Heather has done them before, and she says they're a lot of fun because you truly have no idea what it is you're making. And then I guess last year it was actually Mike from Monsters Inc. And she said they were like all different colors because nobody knew what it was. And it's funny because you look at like the project page, and there's definitely a difference between the people that did it as a mystery, and they're all different colors, and then you have all the ones afterwards that are the right color. Yeah. It's like the other ones are really kind of fun.
Yeah, and you said you have leftover from...
Oh my god, I have so much leftover of this dark teal because I thought I originally was going to make it like, in my head I was doing it by math, and I wanted it to be like 50% the dark teal and everything else mixed in. But then as I was working it, I picked it differently. So, and it's fun. I love how it came out, but it means I have a lot of dark teal picked out left over.
So she has dark teal. The monster will be dark teal.
Yep. So I am, and I want to do that one as it's going, because once you know what it is, then you lose that mystery aspect, and the fact that it's a true mystery that you don't know just appeals to me at the moment.
And we have the yarn, so
yeah,
and it'll be kind of a quick.
Yeah, that Heather said they weren't the last. I guess last year was Mike, and the one before that I guess was a giraffe, and I think this is the 3rd annual. So I'm like, if I'm, I can kick these out, especially this one, I can kick them out quickly, so
you'll be able to keep up with it pretty easily. So
yeah, and then I just have the other mystery Afghan, which Paul was saying he's struggling with getting them the right size, and as long as they're all consistent size, they're okay. They don't have to be 6 inches. Or what I've been doing is either, and other people, because I've followed on Facebook, have been either taking out a row or doing the last row as a shorter or taller stitch, depending on which way you need it to go. People have been fudging them a lot just to get them consistent. And even a couple of mine are my diagonal ones that are that corner to corner. I'm going to need to do something on the edge because they're just a tad small. So I need to do like a single crochet all the way around. But I think it'll be easier to sew up eventually anyway if I do that, because that one's a weird.
Yeah.
So.
I see. I've done an Afghan thing too, because I needed all those squares.
Yeah.
And then I crocheted them all together.
Yep.
See, I'm doing that too. Actually, I want to do another one like at some point. I wouldn't mind doing that again. That's because then you just have the squares and then you crochet them together. I actually like how it looked with the. I just did single crochet and then.
Yeah.
I think I did the crochet seam.
Yeah.
Whatever they call that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably the same one I did on this one. No.
On that one.
This one. Because I just did a slip stitch up the 2 edges.
Yeah.
It didn't say how to sew it. It just sew it together. And so I didn't feel like getting anything else out. So I just slip stitched the 2 edges together. I mean, you can see the seam there, but... I
think you probably would have seen it no matter what.
Yeah. Well, especially because the first row was actually single crochet. It wasn't part of the pattern, so...
Yeah.
I think it would have shown anyway.
Yeah.
So, if I don't know. It's cute. I mean, it came out cute. I probably won't make that one again, just because...
It took too long?
It took a lot longer. Because it didn't grow very fast. Because of the way the rows were. So it was like 36 rows of the little clusters, and I was feeling kind of done. Although then I was watching Doctor Who with Mom after you left, and then it went a little faster because I wasn't paying attention again.
Yeah.
So, but I don't have anything else.
No.
I think we're done.
Yeah.
And hopefully this was recording the whole time because AJ did it. I did hear the little BB thing. Bye. Bye.